Guys, they actually let Omni out. I thought it was still in testing. Why is everybody acting normal?
Google just released Gemini Omni, and surprisingly, after testing it, I think this could quietly become
one of the most useful AI video tools creators use this year, and not in the areas you would expect. Most people are focused on the obvious stuff: cinematic clips, AI ads, short films. But I want to share what actually stood out to me, and also the obvious flaws the internet can't stop talking about. Because while some parts genuinely impressed me, other parts simply didn't live up to the standard people expected compared to other AI tools already out there. My name is Charles. Let's get it. To access Gemini Omni, you're going to go to Google Flow. I'm going to leave the link to Google Flow in my Telegram channel. The link is in the description of this video. So once you're here, you click Create with Google Flow and it will take you inside Google Flow. So what's new in Google Flow? If you come down here, you will notice there is an agent button here. If you click on the agent button, it is going to allow you use the agent. And down here, if you click on agent instructions, you can add instruction to this agent. And if you click settings, you'll be able to set the number of generations and confirm whether you want the agent to just go ahead and generate images, videos, or should get an approval from you before doing any sort of generation. So you can just change the settings here. Down here, you can select the model the agent would use. So the agent can plan your scripts, write scripts, give you ideas, and also go ahead and generate images and videos for you. So if we come down to the prompt box and tap on agent, it switches back to the normal prompt bar where you can generate images and videos. And at the bottom right here, if you click this, you can switch from image to video generation, and the image generation uses Nano Banana. Of course, it's free to use Nano Banana inside Google Flow. On the video part of it, you can use frames, first and last frames, and then you can use ingredients. Now, ingredients is one of the best features to use because it allows you to upload anything. You can upload video, audio, bunch of images, reference sheets, and all that to create a video. Down here, you can switch the model, and it costs 30 credits to generate a 10 seconds video, which is fair enough. If you come over to the left panel, you have tools, scenes, and characters. I'm going to cover tools before we round up the video. If you click on character, you'll be able to create new character. Now, for me, this is one of the best features that's been added to Flow because it allows you to keep that character consistent throughout your story, video, whatever you're creating, and not just the character, the voice. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you're missing on a lot. So subscribe, like, and drop a comment. So here you can go ahead and create a character, click new character, and then enter the prompt. The prompt should describe the character, how the character looks like. You can also upload reference image to create the character. Once you're done, you just click send and you have your new character created. Now we have a character, we can create a reference sheet for this character. We can generate a reference sheet that shows the front, the side, the full shot and close-up shot of this character, which will also help with consistency. And the crazy thing is Google Flow has an inbuilt prompt after creating your character that allows you to create that reference sheet. So once you click on the plus sign, you'll be able to create a sheet similar to this. So after getting your sheet, click select voice to choose a voice for this character. You don't have to select a voice. If you don't do that, anytime you generate with this character, you're going to be using a different or random voice. So if you click select voice, you can choose a voice from here.
Hi there. We're introducing a new feature where I can read this aloud in a natural human-like voice.
So I can select this or just click create a new voice, add a name here and describe the voice. Now the downside to creating a voice is that it is based off voices that are already available on the platform. So it wouldn't sound as or close to the description that you've given it, though it's going to be good, but I tried it and yeah, it was just there. So once you enter the description, you just save the new voice. But I'm going to select this voice here, and then you can enter character information and then click done. You can see other characters created here, which is Pork and Charles. Now this is my own self. I uploaded a reference image of myself to create this character of myself, and I also generated a voice that looks and sounds like my own. I'll explain later in this video why I had to generate a similar voice. So we are going to generate a video with this character that we've created. We're going to click on videos, click on this plus sign, click characters, select the character, click add to prompt, and then enter a prompt. So here I generated an image of her in front of Google and uploaded it here with her character to create this video. I have all the settings turned on and I click generate, and I got this video here. Click on it and then it takes you inside Flow.
I thought it was still in testing. Why is everybody acting normal?
This is actually crazy. The first thing that impressed me was actually the audio. The voice quality is top notch, very clear, and honestly sounds close to studio quality narration. But the more insane part is the voice consistency. When you create a character, the voice stays consistent across different generated videos with that same character, and that was genuinely the first thing that caught my attention. The next thing is the video quality itself. It looks sharp, clean, and most importantly, it keeps a lot of the realistic fine details. Take a close look at the hair, the coat, and even the lips. This is seriously impressive for 720p resolution. And as you can see here, you can download the upscaled version of up to 4K. Now, one thing I'm not impressed with is the watermark. If you download the video directly, the watermark stays on it. So if you want a cleaner export without the watermark, you probably need to use it through another platform. For example, QAI has most of the top AI models in one place, and based on what I've heard, within about 2 weeks from the time this video is posted, Gemini Omni should also be available on QAI. Another feature I'm excited about is the iterative editing. So how does it work? You simply ask Gemini Omni to make a specific change to your video, like changing the background, adding captions, adjusting visual effects, or modifying certain elements, and it updates the video while keeping the original scene consistent. For example, in this video here where the camera zooms out, just click the video and you can see that it takes you directly into Flow, and then from there you can just ask for the changes you want in this prompt box here. Describe the change that you want to see. For example, I use this prompt to change this video here to a forest scene. So if I open the forest scene video and play it, as you can see here, it completely changed the background to a forest while keeping almost everything the same. I also added some elves and creatures with horns to it, and it came out well. The character stayed consistent, the camera movements still look natural, and there was barely any noticeable loss in quality or detail. This is honestly one of the better AI editing implementations I've seen so far. In this video, you can see a fairy flying through the woods with a magic wand. I changed the magic wand into a pen, and you can see the result here. Now, one thing I really don't like about Gemini Omni is the restrictions. The content policies feel way too aggressive. You can barely edit your own uploaded videos without getting hit with policy violations. Most of the time, it simply flags the content as restricted, even when the edit is harmless. And that part is honestly frustrating because it limits creativity a lot more than it should. What's interesting is that it works much better with videos generated directly inside Flow. For example, with this video here, I first generated the original clip inside this platform. As you can see, this is the watermark, and then I added the monkey afterwards to create this video here.
Google just released Gemini Omni, and surprisingly, not after testing it, I think this could quietly become.
You can even edit the dialogue and completely change what the character says, which is genuinely impressive. And I did that here also in the video. So the AI editing itself is powerful, but right now it feels heavily limited and burdened by restrictions. One thing I did try was testing out the camera angles. You can change camera angle, point of view, and movement.
Da ba da go, skibidi ba da bum boom, shooby doo ba da, ba 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 da boom, yee.
Here it actually performs the multi-shot sequence correctly. I even added a doodle style effect to the video and it handled it pretty well. What's interesting is that for this particular video, I wasn't specific about the camera angles, but in this other example, I gave extremely detailed camera instructions and honestly, it completely flopped. Here's the video. You can see the character doing a flip toward the staircase in one shot downward, but then the next shot suddenly shows him flipping upward on the staircase, and then the following shot switches back to downward again. It completely lost consistency and looked confused. The scene consistency also broke multiple times. In some shots, there were people in the background, then in other shots, they randomly disappeared. I tested this several times and it still struggled to keep the sequence coherent. So with multiple shot generation, consistency is definitely not guaranteed yet. Now, one area where I was genuinely impressed was the text rendering and animation. Gemini Omni doesn't just render text more accurately, it can actually generate and animate text in sync with the visuals. Look at this. Since this was a motion graphics animation with text, I wanted to be much more detailed with what happens during each second of the video. So I used this Omni prompt writer that I created to write the prompt, asked it to generate a prompt specifically for motion graphics video. I gave it a breakdown of the visual style and animation changes I wanted, and then it generated a much more detailed professional prompt for me. I actually created this custom GPT using the official prompt guide from Gemini Omni, so it is designed to write prompts that work properly with Omni. I'm going to share the GPT in my Telegram channel. The link to join my Telegram channel is in the description of this video. Another feature that is supposed to work really well is the reference feature, where you can combine multiple elements together to maintain better control and consistency across your scene. You can use images, videos, audio, and prompts together to generate a video. So in the prompt bar, if you click here and click ingredient, you'll be able to upload different assets. So if I click this plus sign here, I can decide to select a character, add to the prompt, and then select a voice, add a video that I have either generated or uploaded, add an audio, add an image, and generate a video. For example, here I reference the character and then reference the image generated from the character and then entered a prompt here to create this video.
Guys, they actually let Omni out.
You can also apply completely new styles to your video while still maintaining the original motion and scene details. For example, you can ask it to transform the video into an anime style, claymation, watercolor, cinematic film look, and more. Here, I asked it to apply multiple styles throughout the same video, starting with a normal realistic look, then transitioning into a futuristic style, followed by an artistic look, and finally ending with a cinematic film style. And honestly, the style transitions look really good. But like I mentioned earlier, this feature rarely works properly with uploaded videos, unless the original video was generated directly inside the platform. Here, I created a claymation style animation of myself dancing, then added a 360-degree orbit camera movement around the character. The result actually looks pretty good. It looks decent, but consistency during the camera movement still seems to be one of Omni's weak points, especially when the camera moves around areas that were not originally visible to the AI. You can sometimes notice distortions or inconsistencies in those hidden angles. Hopefully that's something they improve soon, because the potential here is genuinely massive. Another feature that kind of works but still needs major improvement is Storyboard. With Storyboard, you can share a visual sequence with Gemini Omni and ask it to generate a video based on your key story beats and scenes. I tested it and honestly, I was not impressed at all. In fact, you need to watch this yourself.
He scores! What a brilliant goal!
This is actually funny. I expected way more from it. At this point, I would really love to do a comparison video between Gemini Omni, Seedance 2 and Kling 3 so you can clearly see the differences and decide which one actually performs better. I also tested Storyboard with a more realistic cinematic sequence. Here's the results.
I'll have the classic fries and a drink.
Here is your order. Enjoy your meal.
This is honestly so rough. Look at the way the character walks through the door and then the waitress keeps talking even after the scene already cuts away to him eating. It completely breaks immersion and looks fake. Right now, Gemini Omni really struggles with complex physics, motion continuity, and scene consistency. And that's a big problem because storyboard generation is basically the backbone of cinematic storytelling, short films, and AI story videos. I've seen storyboard work much better in Seedance 2, especially with maintaining scene flow and motion consistency. So if Omni can't reliably handle this yet, then the question becomes, what is it actually best used for right now? And honestly, I do think there are still some strong use cases for it. It works well for AI podcasts, talking avatar videos where the character mostly stays in one position, AI motion graphics, simple cinematic shots, stylized content, and basic art creatives. Basically, videos with limited physics, less motion complexity, and controlled camera movement. But once you start pushing complex motion, multi-scene storytelling, or advanced cinematic physics, the weakness becomes very obvious. And then the restrictions and watermark situation inside Flow just makes the experience even more frustrating. Like I mentioned earlier, about 2 weeks from the time this video is published, Gemini Omni should be available inside Kyo AI, where you won't have to deal with the watermark or the same level of heavy restrictions. The link to Kyo AI is in the description of this video. Another thing that actually makes sense inside Flow is the tools section, where you get access to several built-in tools for both image and video generation and editing. If you come here where it says tools, click on it, you'd see different tools that you can use. So for example, for Shot Explorer, all you have to do is open it, upload an image, and then click on any of these buttons. It then generates a new shot from that image. So if I click right, up, down, zoom out, surprise me, it's just going to keep generating different angles of this particular image. So there are different tools inside this tool section that allows you to generate several images. So this particular tool just generates different angles from the image that you've uploaded. So there are different tools, from image tools to video tools, prompting tools, and experimental tools. You can also create your own tool. Just click create tool to create tools that other creators would use. I'm going to make another video comparing Gemini Omni, Kling 3, and Seedance 2 side by side so you can clearly see the strengths and weaknesses of each one. I'll also leave the link to the custom GPT I mentioned earlier inside my Telegram channel. The link is in the description of this video. And if you want to learn how to create cinematic AI videos, realistic story videos, and high quality AI creative content, you can join my private community, Branions AI Creative Network. Inside the community, I teach you step by step from being a complete beginner to becoming highly skilled in AI creative work with the potential to start earning from your AI skills as well. Because right now, there's a huge demand for people who actually understand how to use these AI tools properly. The link to join Branions is in the description of this video. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, you're missing on a ton of value. There are lots of free helpful videos in this channel. So subscribe, like, and share this video to your friend. Check this video here. I created it for you. Watch this next.